Everybody needs good neighbours with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbours should be there for one another. That's when good neighbours become good friends.
You jerk. How could you do such a stupid thing?
All right, you don't have to go on about it.
Firstly, you had absolutely no right to spy on me.
Well, don't my motives count?
No. And secondly, all the poor guy was doing was asking for a birthday kiss. It was hardly assault, which is more than I can say for what you did to him.
Oh, he was all right.
Only just. You were lucky he didn't flatten you. For your information, one of his hobbies happens to be karate.
Karate? Look, I said I was so... What else do you want me to do?
Well, for starters, you can tell me how I'm going to get the $40 back that he owes me.
I'll think of something.
You'd better. Because that $40 just happens to be part of your rent money.
No, what? What happened? Breakfast.
What time is it?
Bit after 6.
You're kidding. It's still night time.
Oh, I would have thought you'd be used to country hours. You being brought up in a farm and all that.
Oh, well, we've been in the city for a few months. We're a bit out of touch.
Well, you better get into touch quick, smart. There's your breakfast. I want you working by 7.
7?
If you've got a union, complain to it. I've got chooks to feed.
What did we ever do to deserve her?
I don't know. Oh, it must have been pretty terrible.
What is it?
Glue.
How are they shamed?
He went to the pool early.
Did you say anything to him?
Of course I didn't.
You might have held him up for a while.
How?
Oh, I don't know. I should have told him last night to be over and done with now.
Well, we didn't, and it's not. So we have to do it sometime today.
I suppose so.
Does that mean yes?
Look, for God's sake, woman, it's not easy, you know. I mean, it's not like I'm looking forward to telling him.
Neither am I. But if you determine to go through with it, it simply has to be done. Are you?
Well, of course I am. I don't have any choice.
You do have 2 choices. You either leave or stay and we'll see if we can work it out. You already know what I want you to do.
Now leave it, will you, woman? I mean, I made my mind up, so stop trying to make things tougher than what they already are.
I'm not. I just can't stand another day pretending that we're a normal married couple. I won't shame to be told. Today.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, that looks nice.
There's none left. If you want some breakfast, you can make yourself some toast.
Oh, come on, Daphne. I said I was sorry.
Oh, so you did. But I don't think that changes anything.
Never thought you were the sort of person to sulk.
This isn't sulking. This is anger. I'm not early, am I?
Oh, no, I'm running a bit late. Daphne forgot to wake me.
I didn't forget. Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Well, I'll leave the dishes to you, Des.
Oh. You two having an argument?
Yep.
Well, what about?
Oh, I butted in when I shouldn't have. So last night, Daphne had a job, and I said I'd drive her and wait for her outside.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Wait for it. When she was leaving, she came out with this bloke. Now, from where I was standing, it looked like he was giving her a pretty hard time, so I told him to stop it. When he didn't, I I hit him.
You didn't. Well, I think that was very brave of you, Des. Don't know what she's going on about.
Well, Daphne reckons he was completely harmless, just a bit drunk. Well, anyway, Daphne's mad at me because he won't pay her because of what I did to him.
Well, look, I know what Daphne does for a living, and it's her business. But I think she should be apologising to you for putting you in such a situation. I mean, you were only trying to help, weren't you?
I helped her out of $40, that's what I did.
Oh. Well, she can ask for it, can't she? One way or another, she earned it, so yes, they'll give it to her.
Well, she doesn't see why she should. I know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to front up and ask him for it myself.
Oh, gosh, you're game. No, what if he hits you?
I'll fall over.
I don't know. You'll never get the job done stopping like that. Good thing I'm around to keep an eye on you.
You don't have to keep an eye on us, Mrs. Forbes. We're not going to nick off or anything.
Can't afford to, can you? Tell you what. I'll leave you to it if you tell me one thing. What are you running from?
Well, nothing. We're not running from anything.
Funny. I don't see any flying pigs up there.
What?
Of course you're running away from something. I don't care what it is, but if you're running from the police, you can get on your feet and get out now.
We haven't done anything, honestly.
Doesn't answer my question, does it? Well?
All right. We are running away.
Danny?
But we haven't done anything wrong. You see, our dad, he used to bash us whenever he got drunk.
Well, a lot of men get like that on the booze. Nothing new about that.
Yeah, but... Well, he was mean. Well, meaner than anybody. About 6 months ago, he hit Scott so hard that he almost broke his arm.
Yeah, he would have killed me next time if we'd stayed.
We took some food and stuff, nothing important. And later on we found out he'd dobbed us into the cops for stealing.
We don't know for a fact, but it's not worth going back to find out. Well, that's the truth, Mrs. Forbes, honest.
Sounds like a yarn to me.
It's not. We could tell you things about our old man that'd make your hair stand on end.
I doubt it.
You're not going to dob us in, are you?
I might. Then again, I might not. Tell you what, the most important thing to me at the moment is to get that pit dug before the rain starts.
But Mrs. Forbes...
And if you keep yakking like that, it'll never get done, so get to it.
Jim Robinson?
You got a boy named Scott?
Yes, I have. Is he all right?
And another one named Danny?
Are they all right?
They're healthy enough.
Oh, thank God. Oh, where are they? Can I come and get them?
Not necessarily. I haven't decided yet.
What do you mean? Who are you?
None of your business. What I can tell you is that I'm on a farm and they're working for me. I knew they were runaways the moment I clapped eyes on them. But I figured it was only reasonable to ring somebody and let them know they were safe.
Well, could I speak to them, please?
They're working. They haven't got time to be making telephone calls that they haven't paid for.
Well, can you at least let them know that it's safe to come home?
Oh, that was what I was going to ask you. What I want you to tell me is, what sort of trouble are they in with the police?
Oh, well, they're not in any trouble at all. They were, but that's all been cleared up now. They can come home now and they won't be in any trouble at all.
Oh. Well, I can put it to them. But right now they're working on a job for me, and I'm not going to have them walk out on it halfway through.
Well, I can understand that. But could you at least let them know that they're loved and that whatever they want to do will be all right?
Look, this is costing me, and I don't owe you anything. They're all right, and if they want to come home, they will.
Wait!
Helen, are you at home?
Maria, come on in. Great news. I've just had a telephone call. The boys are okay.
Thank God.
But I wouldn't expect to see them home too soon. From the sounds of it, she intends to extract a pound of flesh for them before she lets them go.
It'll be good for them. Actually, I'll be rather glad if Danny doesn't come home yet. Suppose Helen told you.
Yeah. I wish there was something I could say to make you feel better.
I know.
He won't change his mind.
I heard him too much. And you know what Max is like when he gets an idea into his head.
What about Danny? You gonna tell him?
We haven't decided yet. Suppose it really depends on Max.
Pretty tough thing for a kid to take.
It'd be dreadful. I don't think he'd ever forgive me. But if Max wants to tell him, I can't stop him, can I?
How do I know you're telling the truth about your father? He might be a right good bloke.
Well, he fooled some people. He comes across as reasonable, but it's just a cover-up to stop everybody getting suspicious. He always makes a big show of being especially nice when there's others around.
So you reckon he's not to be trusted?
No way. He's a real rat.
The kind of bloke who would trick someone into coming home by pretending things were hunky-dory.
You got it in one.
You do believe us?
I don't know. Might do. Then again, I might not.
What's with all the questions?
God knows.
What do you think she's going to do?
Who knows? How do you predict a loony? But I know one thing. The sooner we get out of here, the better.
Oh, thanks, Paul. It's a big help. Thank you.
It's okay, pleasure. What great news about Scott and Danny, eh?
Oh, yes, it is. Although we don't know where exactly they are, I'm so glad they are alive and well.
But Mr. Ramsay's pleased now.
Oh, I haven't been able to get on to him yet, but I'm sure he will be.
What gets me is why that woman wouldn't say where they were, though.
Yes, it sounds strange, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll go and get that other bag for you.
Oh, don't bother. I need the exercise.
You sure?
Off you go. I'm sure your dad is dying to share the news.
Okay.
Thank
See ya.
you.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm fixing a leak.
Why don't you get Mr. Ramsay to do it?
Because I'm here and he's not. Besides, I've finished now. Oh, I got some good news about Scott.
Yeah, I know. Mrs. Ramsay just told me. Bet you're happy now.
That would be putting it very mildly. Mind you, now that I know he's safe, I'm back to thinking I'd like to wring his scrawny neck.
Yeah. Listen, Dad, I'm sorry about the way I carried on.
Oh, that's all right, Pablo. You were just worried.
Yeah, but it's still no excuse for saying you weren't.
Thanks, mate. Oh, I wish you'd heard that telephone conversation. That woman is definitely strange.
You don't think she's some sort of white slave trader trying to whip him out of the country, do you?
No, I don't think so. Just sounded like she was fairly elderly. Probably a bit eccentric.
Still leaking?
No, it's not. Well, a little bit of condensation, that's all.
If you say so. I don't want to start another argument. If you say it's condensation, that's what it is.
Max? The news of Danny.
Oh, is he all right?
He's with Scott on a farm. Jim's got a call from the woman who owns it.
Oh, thank God for that. And if something happened to him, well, I suppose I better go and collect him.
You can't. For some reason, the woman wouldn't say where she was calling from.
Hmm?
I suppose she just wanted us to know that they are safe.
Oh.
I wasn't sure if you care one way or the other.
Well, of course I care. I mean, I brought the boy up. I can't suddenly stop feeling responsible.
I thought after what's happened to you might feel differently.
Now, look, what you done changes things between you and me. But don't make me out to be such a swine I'd take it out on the boy.
Sorry, Max.
Oh, forget it.
Look, I really am sorry about what happened, but that doesn't change the fact that you've got my money. Yes, I know, but what he did has got nothing to do with me. Yes, but look, even so. Look, I don't care. I did my job and you took my money. Yeah. Well, same to you.
Hey, guess what? I got your money back for you.
What?
Well, I felt really bad about having ruined things for you, so I went and saw the bloke from the party.
When was this?
Well, just then. I spoke to him. He was very understanding, and he gave me your money back.
Des, that's your money, isn't it?
No, like I said, I got it from the bloke. What?
You goose. I just hung up 30 seconds ago speaking to that guy. And he said there was no way I was going to get my money back and that I was lucky he didn't sue me.
Oh.
It is your money, isn't it?
I couldn't face him, Daph. And I couldn't face another day without you talking to me.
Des, you definitely have your good points.
So I'm forgiven?
Twice over.
Hi.
Hi, Shane. You guys like a beer?
Yeah, great.
Sure.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry about last night.
Ah, it's all right, Des. Look, I don't know what I was getting so worked up over. I mean, Mum and Dad would be abnormal if they didn't get a bit strung up over Danny being missing.
Yeah, parents do tend to be hysterical over things like that.
There you go.
Thanks.
Sorry about being such a pain yesterday, Daphne.
Ah, forget it. What are friends for?
Still, I was pretty boring.
We all are occasionally. Ask Des what I was like today.
Oh, unbearable, man.
What do you think?
I don't know. Looks right. It's what she said she wanted, isn't it?
I think so. She'll soon tell us.
I don't care what she thinks, as long as we get our money. We're finished.
That's okay, isn't it?
I suppose it'll have to do.
Then we can have our money.
Nope.
What do you mean? Oh, we did what you told us to do.
So far, you haven't filled it in yet, have you? You'll find some manure near the shed. You're lucky. It's already bagged.
You never said anything about filling it.
You never said anything about not knowing how to make a manure pit.
Oh, come on, Mrs. Forbes. That's unfair. Well, we did what you told us to do. How about giving us our money?
The arrangement was you get paid when the job's done. It isn't so you don't.
How do we know we'll ever get it?
You just have to trust me, won't you?
Why should we?
Because you don't have a choice. Now, me, I've got a choice. I can pay you now, in which case you probably wouldn't get the job done, or I can pay you when it's done. Pretty easy choice if you ask me.
That's slave labour.
I wish it was. I wouldn't have to pay you at all. All right, call it a day, eh? You'll finish the job quicker in the morning when you're fresh. Well, suit yourselves. It's all the same to me.
How come she gets to go to the pub?
We could go to the pub.
What's the point? What girls are even going to look at us dressed like this?
Country girls might.
Yeah, blindfolded.
You know something? I hate her.
The front page of the local paper portrayed the horror of yesterday's tragedy.
Maria, Shane's home.
What's with the big announcement?
Well, look,
We
Shane,
have
we...
something to tell you.
Danny, he's all right, isn't he?
Oh, yes, as far as we know, he's fine. It's not about him.
Then what is it?
Max?
It's about your mother and me.
Yeah?
Oh, well, look, we've been married a long time. And sometimes people who have been together for so long grow apart. Now, it's nobody's fault. It's just something that just happens.
Get to the point, Dad.
Well, we thought about it a lot and about how it'll affect you and Danny, and We decided you're both old enough to be able to cope with it. Now, we know you're not going to like it, but your mother and me have decided to separate.
I don't believe it. That's the silliest thing I've ever heard.
Please, Shane, don't make it more difficult than what it already is.
Mum, tell me he's making the whole thing up.
I can't, darling. It's the truth. We're going to separate.